Welcome to Desai Academy of class 9th. Chapter number 2 is matter around us pure. So in our previous video we discussed that the properties of what properties of metal, right? Properties of metals. So and also we discussed that the some examples of metals, right? Some examples of metals and they having different properties like lustrous property, malleable property, ductility property, so numerous variety kind of metals we discussed in our last videos. You want the videos of this chapter means please search in our playlist, you will get all the videos. Okay, so next topic is what properties of non-metals. Okay, next we'll discussing about properties of non-metal. Already we learned about properties of metal, and now we are learning about properties of non-metal, right? So here the non-metals are having what a variety of colors. Okay, remember non-metals are not present in only one type of colors. They are having what lot of colors, means they are present in variety number of colors. They are poor conductor of heat and electricity. Remember that the metals are good conductor of heat and electricity, and non-metals are what a poor conductor of heat and electricity, means they will not conduct the electricity as well as the not conduct heat. Remember that non-metals are what poor conductor of heat and electricity, and non-metals are not lustrous, means they are not shining, they does not show any shining property, and they does not produces any sound effect when we hit them, right? And they will not having a malleable property, means they will not converted into sheets as well as the what wire. Okay, these are does not having any property of malleable property as well as the ductility property. These are the what simple properties of non-metal. Simply these are the what completely opposite of metals property, right? And okay, very easy points are there. So what are the examples of non-metals we can give, means hydrogen is the example, oxygen is the example, iodine is the example, carbon is the example, bromine is the example, chlorine is the example. Okay, these are elements called as what non-metals, like bromine Br, Cl, chlorine, hydrogen H, oxygen O2, iodine I, carbon. Okay, these are called as what non-metal. These non-metals will show the complete different property compared to the what metals, right? These are the symbols of what non-metals. Some elements are there, they can show the intermediate properties between metal and non-metal. Some elements can show the intermediate properties between what metal and non-metal. So some metals will show the properties of both metal as well as the non-metal, so that called as what metalloids or a semi-metalloids we can call that. So what is the metalloids? They showing the properties of both metal as well as the non-metals are called as metalloids. Okay, some elements have intermediate properties between those of metals and non-metals, they are called as what metalloids. Simple definitions of metalloid is there, right? What are the metalloids? They will show the property of what both metal and non-metal are called as what metalloids, means they will exhibits both the property of metal as well as the non-metal, right? Example we can give boron B, right? Silicon Si, right? Germanium G. Okay, these are the some examples of what metalloids, means these will shows the properties of both metal as well as the non-metal, right? What is a boron, germanium and silicon are the some examples of what metal and non-metal property shown by them. This is called as a metalloids. Okay, this okay, total how many elements are still discovered, means total number of elements is discovered till now is at 118 elements are discovered. Total how many elements are discovered in our nature, means total 118 elements are discovered. About 118, 92 elements are what naturally occurring. Total 118 elements are discovered, from that 92 are what naturally occurring, remaining are what man-made or a man-made, or they are prepared in laboratories. Remember the total how many elements are in nature? Oh, that is a total 118 elements. About 118, 92 are what? Naturally occurring elements. Okay, next, majority of the total from the 118 elements. So majority of the elements are what? Solids. Majority of the elements are what? Solid. From the 118 elements, all of them are what? Means most of them are what? In which state? Solid state, right? Remember that. Again, 11 elements are in which state? Gaseous state, right? 11 elements are in what? Gaseous state in room temperature. Remember that. So total how many elements are there? Total 118 elements, right? Total how many elements are? Total 118 elements in that. Okay, total 100 element in that, 92 are naturally occurring, right? Majority of them are what? Solid, correct? Majority means all of them are what? Most of them are solid only. 11 elements are there such they can in what? Gaseous state with room temperature. Remember that. With 11 elements are gaseous state in what? Room temperature. 11 elements are in a room temperature. Understood? Okay. Again, two elements are what? Liquid at room temperature. Two elements are liquid at room temperature. What that elements are called as what? Mercury. Okay, mercury, and another is what? Bromine. Okay. So two elements which are liquid at room temperature, one is mercury, another is what? Bromine. Bromine is a non-metal and mercury is what? Metal. Okay, which two elements are liquid at room temperature? Means you can write mercury and bromine. Bromine symbol is what? Br, right? Which two metals, which elements are liquid at room temperature? Means you can write mercury and bromine. Sometimes they will ask which metal is at liquid at room temperature? Means you can say that mercury. Which non-metal at liquid at room temperature? Means what? A bromine, right? These are the simple things are there, very important. Elements like gallium, cesium are what? Liquid at room temperature, or become at liquid at room temperature above room temp. Okay, so gallium and cesium becomes what? Liquid at room temperature, or becomes liquid at above the room temperature. So gallium and cesium becomes liquid at above the room temperatures. Okay, these are the some important points are here. Okay, what are the some total how many elements are there? Total 100 elements. In them how many naturally occurring? 92. Most of them are what? Solid, right? How many elements are in the gaseous state? 11 elements are in the gaseous state, right? How many elements are at liquid at room temperature? One is bromine, another is what? Mercury, right? These are the two elements are liquid at room temperature. Another one is what? Gallium and cesium are what? Two elements, they can become liquid above the room temperature. Okay, these are the some important points of an elements. Okay, so next about compounds. A compound is what? A substance composed of two or more elements. What is a compounds? Simple definition. So compound is what? A mixture or a composed of two or more elements is called as what? Compounds only by the what? Chemically combined with one another. Okay, so what is the definition? Simple definition, we can say that it is a not a it is compound means it is a combination of two or more elements is called as what? Compound only. So proper definition is what? The compound is what? Substance composed of two or more elements chemically, means two or more elements combining chemically with what a definite proportion or a fixed proportion with each other, that called as what a compound. For example, we can call H2O, right? This H2O is composed of what, two molecules of hydrogen plus one molecules of oxygen, that will use the what, H2O. Wherever you go, the formula of water molecules what, H2O only, means always H2 is fixed and oxygen is, one molecule of oxygen is fixed and one molecule of hydrogen is fixed, so that can combine chemically, they will give the water compounds like H2O. We can give the several example again. Carbon dioxide, right? CO2, one molecule of carbon plus two molecule of oxygen will combine to give what, carbon dioxide. So always it is what, carbon is only one molecule, oxygen always become always what, two molecules. So this is what, fixed proportion. This meaning what was fixed proportion, means there is no changes in the molecules of elements while combining each other. In a carbon dioxide, carbon always only one molecule, oxygen is always what, two molecules. In H2O, in H2O, water also, in water, right? In water also, two molecules of hydrogen plus one molecule of oxygen will combine to give what, compounds. This is what, chemically bonded with the fixed proportions, right? Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel and share with your friends. Thank you.